about that national anthem singer, Ty Harris? What a voice that guy had.
In different locations also.
Oh, my
Outstanding
goodness.
job.
Meanwhile, this was a game that was originally scheduled for Thursday night. They played game 5 on Tuesday, but of course after the boycott, Paul George's first shot is good. Put the playoffs on hold for 3 days. Mark, this is your first time on the air since the events of the week. What the players did this week, what did it mean to you?
As a former player, I was extremely impressed. Understanding that you get 400 guys in a room trying to, with the diversity, with the different opinions, with the different agendas, trying to come together and unite for a purpose and a cause, united. And as a former athlete, I'm proud of the history that they've made. But more importantly, as a black American, I'm forever grateful.
It was such an historic week and a very emotional week with everything involved. Meanwhile, Tim Hardaway, three-pointer from the corner, won't go. Crushing defeat. The LA Clippers just destroyed Dallas by 43 points, scoring 154 points in the process. Buoyed by the home crowd in Dallas. That's not the case, as Luka Doncic misses on his first shot attempt. Jeff, from that game in game 5, what impressed you most about how the Clippers dominated?
Well, 60%. They were terrific at both ends of the floor. And Dallas, because their front line is decimated, is going to need big games from Doncic, Burke, and Hardaway.
Shots plus 2 turnovers. Doncic against Zubac. Nice adjustment, and they get their first points.
And that's where they've been successful during the course of this series. The ability to get downhill, play out a pick and roll, and whether it be Luka or Bird, they've made plays for one another. They've got to do more of that.
Good defense, tremendous ability to get his defenders off balance.
And what you've seen over the last 2 games is the adjustment to trap him when Zubac is involved. And because of that, as Zubac
are usually less than 11, the losses more than 14. And not a good start in that department as Hardaway knocks down the jumper. Foul's called on Doncic. That's going to be
Leonard, that it's going to be a challenge. And he's got to be able to stay out of foul trouble.
2 triple doubles, the game winner. And there's yet another turnover. Shamet, corner 3. That's good. Evan, as Jeff mentioned, they hit 22 3-pointers.
But defending the Clippers is a tall task any day of the week. But especially when they would, it's impossible to defend them then.
Morris one-on-one with Doncic. He'll need Tim Hardaway's offense as well. Finds Kleber. Kleber has really struggled from 3-point range, and that's got to feel too.
Sometimes even in a bad game, some good things can happen.
Zubac finishes regular season as Finney Smith knocks it down.
You don't want to let these guys who are struggling get off, but invariably and subconsciously your team lets down. And for the Mavericks, as George hits another jumper, that may have been a benefit with Kleber.
Speaking of guys who were struggling and then went off, George had the 35 points in 25 minutes in game 5 after that 3-game slump. Kleber goes up and under. Well defended by Morris. Zubac running the floor but can't handle a pass.
That was his finest moment. Because when you talk about true leadership, there are times when you have to show that you're hurt, that you're frustrated. And he did exactly that. It was
Clippers once again shooting the ball well. We've got.
But
well, you used to do that with Yao Ming when you coached him in Houston. As Burke misses that, he'd get 2 quick fouls. You'd leave him in there sometimes.
Yeah, I think you do it with a lot of different guys. You know, they're always hard, and it's usually the offensive players that you're making those decisions on.
Would you have done it with the guy next to you?
Listen, and there's also some guys that you're waiting to get that second foul and say.
On the drive, Burke gets inside, can't finish. Ball tipped up and in as Kid Gilchrist was right there.
Trey Burke is a problem to defend in pick and roll action. You can create so much havoc on your defense, and especially with Boban getting ready to come into the ball game.
Nice ball movement here. Montrezl Harrell gets inside and banks it home. Harrell coming off his best game of the playoffs. As Boban. Doncic continues to guard Leonard early, and now it's Kleba who's on him as Doncic came out. Now Doncic, see if he comes back in. Reggie Jackson has come out for the Clippers. Doncic, as mentioned, back in now. Curry off the dribble. Now pulls up, knocks it down. Lou Williams stayed with him, but Curry with a good-looking jumper.
Only 157. I thought it was like 190.
Celtics shot 67% from the field, but here's the best part. Now, the other night, the Clippers scored 154. They hit 22 three-pointers. The Celtics scored 157 that day in 1990. They hit 1 three-pointer. They were 1 for 6 from three-point range.
And they had about 72 layups. That was Bird, McHale, Parrish. Yeah.
Ainge,
Dennis.
DJ.
I don't think Ainge was in that series. I think it was DJ, Reggie Lewis.
They had 8 players in double figures.
4 and beat him in the fabled Boston Garden in Game 5.
Quite the series. Nice tip in after Finney Smith.
All I know is we won the series. I don't know about Bird missing and all of those other things that he went off about.
Well, you can look it up.
Finney Smith drives inside, count it, and a foul on the Mavs.
University, okay, as an assistant. We beat Larry Legend in Boston. Like, it was amazing how good these guys were.
Kawhi Leonard pulls up, knocks touching Ewing.
Oh, my goodness.
Doncic spins, wanted a foul. Eventful playoff series. Again, this is Doncic's first NBA playoff series. Reggie Jackson's jumper is good. Both teams shooting the ball well. 60% for the Clippers, 50% now for the Mavericks. Oh, a hard foul.
Pre-game, you're obviously talking about matchups. And you have Doncic and you have Morris, and you want to make sure you're well aware of that. But in this case, I think it was really kind of obvious.
All right, Steve, thanks so much. That's the third ejection in this series. Kristaps Porzingis ejected in Game 1. Rick Carlisle ejected in Game 5. Both of those because it was the second time.
In all of his quests to, win championships. Some they've won, some they haven't. You rarely see him lose poise and control. Same with Kawhi Leonard. The ability to play through things as Doncic hits a 3 is absolutely critical. And at the same time, you still have to be emotional.
Drive inside, won't go. Rebound goes to Doncic. Doncic 9 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds already. Now Reggie Jackson is guarding him. That's a difficult matchup for Jackson, though they're sending a second defender right away at him. Finney Smith inside. Boban Marjanovic, and an easy 2 once he gets positioned down low.
It's great patience by the Mavericks, taking the double team and being willing passers.
And they ended up with Lou Williams on Marjanovic.
Final seconds here of the first. That won't go. Now what a turnaround for Dallas. A 12-point turnaround.